tomorrow? What's the importance of the scrimmage?
Well, again, we have the long delay between our last preseason game and when we actually play Saskatchewan. So we emulated a practice week this week. Today was our walkthrough day. So I wanted to show them exactly how we did it. And people say, well, why do you do that when you've got guys that have played for you before? It's your second year. Well, we've got about 30 guys on our roster that weren't here last year. So it's a good opportunity to have a dress rehearsal and have a good solid day 4, mental day, get their legs back. We're going to go to the pool this afternoon and get their bodies back. And then from there we have our simulated red zone scrimmage tomorrow. And so we'll be, competing hard in the morning. And that'll pretty much wrap it up.
Yeah.
And then we're on to our first game of the year.
All right. Can someone earn a spot for their performance tomorrow? Did you still say yes?
Well, we're pretty much we're trimming down today. We're it's the toughest part of my job. I mean, it'll finalize the roster today, and we'll know exactly where we are in the morning, going into our first game. So, it's like I say, it's part of my job I really don't like. So.
Yeah, no question. There's a lot of cut down days now. I mean, you've got, I think, this will be your fourth cut down. Even though you had some time to make the final cuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're the CFL has their dates when you have to be down to a certain roster size, and we've been ahead of that every single time. So we're attempting just to stay ahead of the curve if we can. And like I say, everybody else is playing their last games to determine what their rosters are, and we've had the opportunity to sit down and really look at what guys bring to our roster. The flexibility of playing them in multiple positions and that type of thing.
What have you seen out of J-Min Pelley in year 2?
Well, I mean, he's an awful, he's got an awful lot of talent, and that's, he's, and I won't say he hadn't flashed quite as much as what he did a year ago late, but when you've got those bigger guys, that's a lot of times they play their way back into where they were. I mean, he's an awful good athlete. He's an awful good player. His upside is tremendous.
It's weird to say he blends now. But you got Daniel Ross, Olivier Charles-Pierre, you got a lot of big guys inside, Coney.
Yeah, we got some big bodies, and again, we're trying to, match the athleticism with some strength. So Daniel Ross and those type guys can play inside or outside. He and Serezna. So we've got an awful good group. Maxie does a real good job with them, and look forward to watching them play a live game.
I haven't seen this player out in the field for a long time, since day one. Nice to see Scott Hutter back on the field.
Oh yeah. I mean, he had a tough thing day one, and our day one in general was a real tough day. We had 9 guys get nicked up and bumps and bruises, and so it's good to have Scott back. He's a great professional.
And good on special teams. That's the one area that you obviously need a good Canadian for.
Yeah, I mean, we had a guy here that used to be the head coach at Southern Miss, Jay, and he was like, man, that Hutter kid, he's all about business, and he shows up every day and works hard, and he treats this as a profession, which you should.
Chris, more of a big picture question here. Just having this unique extra week off and maybe guys getting bumps and bruises taken care of, is it an advantage or more of a disadvantage from a coaching standpoint?
Well, timing-wise, it's probably a disadvantage, but certainly the guys that that we're able to get back, I think that's been an advantage, and we've been able to slow it down, make sure that we're teaching and reteaching, and making sure that hopefully we reduce the number of missed assignments that we have.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.